Here with a guy that knows a thing or two about playing running back in the NFL, Maurice Jones Drew, MJD. I got to ask you, man, I saw that you picked against the Patriots in the Super Bowl. What do you got against the Pats?
It has nothing to do with the Pats. I work for the Rams. I call their games on radio. First, let's you guys understand this. Like this is bigger than just Rams versus Patriots. This is Marin Catholic versus Sarah up in the Bay Area. Tom Brady went to Sarah High School, which is coached by my old running back coach Patrick Walsh, and then obviously Jared Goff, the quarterback for the Rams, went to Marin Catholic. They're both rivals in that league, so it's deeper than what you think. And so, with that being said, I work for the Rams. And so I'm always going to, pick the team that I work for.
So it's not just that you don't like the Patriots.
I actually like the Patriots.
Yeah, there's more to it than that.
Yeah, Matthew Slater, I went to college with. James White, I trained with out of high school. Patrick Chung's a guy that I know really well. There's a lot of guys on that team that I know, and I'm very fond of what they're doing there in New England. I work for the Rams, so I want to make sure that people that I work with are, and I generally think the Rams have a great chance to win the game. I think like everyone thinks the Patriots do as well.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about Sony Michel. Obviously, you know about being a rookie running back with a lot of expectations. What have you seen from Sony?
Well, the one thing about the Patriots, they really don't worry about stats. They're more about, and when you say expectations, it's about winning. And he's been a big catalyst to them winning down the stretch. Being able to go on the road in Kansas City, being able to beat the Chargers the way they beat the Chargers, because of the running game that they kind of started getting into late in the year. And he's done a really good job with Devlin as the fullback, finding ways to create creases and hit those holes. And so I think, when you can run the ball the way they're running and force teams to be simple and load the box and try to stop the run with 8, Tom is going to pick you apart every time. So they went back to what they won their first Super Bowl with, which is awesome, and to see this whole thing come full circle. But, Sony has done a really good job for them.
You had Fred Taylor kind of leading the way for you. Sony has James White, Rex Burkhead. What was it like having a veteran in the locker room?
It's really important because there's a lot of things that you don't know, like how to study tape, how to watch guys. Coaches can only show you so much. But when you get out of the facility, it's the guys you hang out with, the way they talk to you, the way they kind of groom you to be a better player. So I think James White has done a great job with them, Rex Burkhead, those guys. And to be selfless and say, look, this is your role, Sony, you're going to do this, and then James is going to do that. And that's been awesome. And so they've been successful with it. They'll continue to be successful as well. And then Cordell Patterson's running the ball, too, so they got everybody going.
What was the hardest part for you as a young running back in the league? Just what was the hardest thing? Was it pass protection, catching the ball out of the backfield?
To me, it was time management. I had the stuff on the field because I had played in a pro-style system in college. Was a very similar system that I ran in Jacksonville. It wasn't that. It's normally the speed of the game and then time management. Because when you get done with work, you're done, right? So you can do whatever you want. You don't have to study. You don't have class. And so, kind of being able to use some of that time to help me with football, also like massages and chiropractor and stretch people and taking care of my body, as well as I knew he was going to do something like that, as well as
Michael Robinson.
Yes, Mike Robb in there tripping. But as well as, studying my opponent a little bit more and getting more in depth, and then I think that's what the Patriots do really well.
All right, last question. Were you ever close to signing with the Patriots? I think a lot of people were hoping that you would.
Yeah, I was. I was actually really close. It was either there, Pittsburgh, or Oakland. And I just, at that point in my career, I was kind of I wanted to go home. I wanted to play in front of my family because, obviously being from Oakland, playing in Jacksonville was hard for them to see us all the time. So I got an opportunity to go home and play, and it was fun. And I probably, if I went to New England, my career would have ended differently, or in Pittsburgh. But hey, it is what it is. I made the bed and I laid in it.
Almost Patriots running back Maurice Jones Drew. Thanks, man.